Alright. What the fuck is this? What the fuck is this? So they made a terrible Arthur racing game without any racing. What? Okay, this is by Spice Lord of Cinder 3 years ago. Okay. What the fuck? Now that 2 is a lie if it's from IGN. IGN probably gave it like at least an 8. They only say they save their 9s for everything else. What the fuck is this?
So there's a good chance you've either seen or grown up with the cartoon Arthur. The critically acclaimed children's show has been going for 25 years.
I do remember the show, but I don't think I really watched it that much. It was just one of those shows that would just be randomly on in the background if there was nothing else. I don't remember actually watching a lot of episodes. I just remember the show in general.
And is the second longest running animated TV show in the
That's
US
another one
behind
you,
The Simpsons. The show also had dozens of celebrity cameos like Larry King, the Backstreet Boys, and even Matt Damon. And like all things this successful, it wouldn't be complete without an absolutely horrendous licensed video game. So along came Arthur Ready to Race. Released in 2000 and made by Runecraft Limited, Ready to Race is a game where seemingly everything went wrong. And yes, I'm aware this is a 20-year-old game made for children, but that doesn't mean it has to be awful. So anyway, without further ado, let's get into the video. So the premise to this game is Arthur and his friends are bored and want something to do. They find out about the Elwood City race day, and then it's your job to collect the parts for the car. As game premises go, it's fine. I didn't expect anything in-depth, and it's nowhere near as bad as Pimp City. However, the opening cutscene is a different story.
There's an old soapbox.
I just remember the show being a thing. I don't remember watching a lot of episodes. And I definitely don't remember this game. When you was a wheel baby, when you was itty bitty, a widow.
Racer in my dad's barn. What are we waiting for? Let's go take a look. Wow!
My favourite part is definitely the hard cut to them running down the hill, and the fact that Buster appears to be flexing his way all the way down. In fact, all the cutscenes are dreadful in this game, but I should mention that terrible cutscenes are just the tip of the iceberg when it comes to what's wrong with it.
God, there's a fucking bright iceberg. My eyeballs.
So firstly, I want to mention that all of the information on the cover falls into 2 categories. A, ambiguous to the point of false advertising, or B, actual false advertising. The amount of bullshit on that cover is phenomenal. Because despite this game being called Arthur Ready to Race, actually calling this a racing game is extremely questionable. Help Arthur build the ultimate race car, and Arthur wants to build the ultimate racer are both quotes you'll find on the box
Sorry if you hear me like fiddling around with
something. And
something.
from those, you definitely assume this was something akin to Mario Kart, especially when the cover says race against a friend or the computer, and the loading screen has Arthur in a race car with smoking tires. However, the game is actually nothing like that, or any other racer for that matter, because it's a soapbox racing game. And if you look that up, it's an entirely different type of racing to what the cover is clearly trying to represent.
There we go.
You won't find any information telling you this until the opening cutscene of the game, i.e. when you'd already paid for it and there's fuck all you can do about it. The actual racing is more
bills.
akin
That's
to
about the
time
average
trials,
price of
and
new
this
games
means
these
the box
days.
cover claiming play alone or with friends.
You want to play it like 5 months early?
In the story, you can't even play against the computer.
You gotta pre-order the super deluxe delicious edition.
Even when you win, in the ending cutscene, Arthur is standing on his own with 2nd and 3rd place empty. He apparently could have walked the fucking race without a car and still have won because no one else was in it.
Oh, so that's what you meant.
Anyway, here's how the...
Okay, so that's what you meant by a racing game without any racing. Okay. Wow, how do you screw that up, though? Like, like, by this time, it's like, even back then, everyone knew what a racing game should look like. So, I don't know how you would literally forget to have opponents. You played this a lot but never finished the story. The player names are amazing.
Actual racing works. It's just you get given an incredibly generous minute and a half to reach the finish line. When you do, you win. Do that twice and the game's over. The only time this is different is the practice run at the start, where no matter how slow you are, you always do well.
Wow! Fun! What do you think? Impressive performance, Arthur.
The thing is, the car handling isn't awful. It's not Pimp My Ride standards of bad because you can actually go in a straight line, but it's so dull that even children would get bored.
Pimp My Ride had a game? What the fuck?
You get 3 maps, no boosts, no level hazards, no competition, and uphill sections. Granted, there is a multiplayer mode, but it's the same as the story. Each player goes down the track one at a time, and the fastest wins. The best way to describe the racing in this game is like eating lukewarm, watery porridge. It is food, but eating it is unfulfilling and awful. But then again, I guess Arthur Ready to Roll Down a Hill at 5 miles an hour wasn't a very catchy title.
Ready? Steady?
That's how I win all my races. Slow and slower.
Oh yeah! And try to pick up as many bionic bunny cards as you can. They're well worth collecting. This is great!
I just love how I'm learning about all these fucking games
small section of the game
that I never heard of when I was growing up.
Is racing, and the other 90% is running
on these
around
random ass
Elwood City
YouTube
collecting
videos.
the parts for the car and loading screens. Just another reason why calling this a racing game is very questionable. See, before you can race, you have to build each car bar the first one. So you start with a shitty car, then make a slightly better version of that, then make the best one, win, and the game ends. I should also add the map can be fully explored in 5 minutes, so adventure-style gameplay, my arse. The tasks to get the car parts consist of picking tomatoes for a set of wheels, rescuing Binky's backpack from a haunted graveyard for a car body, finding your sister in the library for another set of wheels, and chasing your dog for a steering wheel. None of these mini-games are particularly good. They control fine, but much like the racing, they're so bland. Binky's minigame is particularly bad, because not only is it boring as fuck, but it takes forever. And just like the racing, there's no actual threat to the player. You literally have to try and lose.
Oops!
Okay, the sounds he's making are just not it. Can we not do this? Especially in a kid's game? Can we not? Just no.
Oops! Uh-oh!
On top of this, the cover states play over and over again because the game changes each time you play, which just isn't true. And even if it was, you wouldn't want to. Firstly, you only build 2 cars, so over and over again is a bit of a stretch. And secondly, you play the exact same mini games again in the second half.
The brain rot
Granted, there are
real.
some differences the second time around, but not to the actual gameplay. Because your dog has stolen
Like it
a
comes
cake,
to you
not
already
a turkey.
rotted
Binky's
to
lost
make
his
it even
clarinet,
more
not
rotted.
his backpack, and the other 2 are identical. Along with this, you have locations you can visit, such as the post office, the toy shop, the pet shop, the sugar bowl, and Jack's Jokes. A place where all the owner does is tell fucking horrendous knock-knock jokes every time you go in there.
Knock knock!
Who's there?
Xavier!
Xavier who?
Don't worry about me! Save yourself!
He also tells one that's genuinely
fuck?
concerning.
Knock knock!
Who's there?
Halibut!
Halibut who?
Halibut a big wet kiss!
This would be the perfect time to make that Law and Order SVU sound. Can we all just think about it at the same time? Just have it playing in our minds right now.
Ladies and gentlemen, we got him.
Now, my main issue with these places is the cover makes them seem far more important than they actually are. It says use critical thinking to solve puzzles at the sugar bowl and the pet shop. You can't do any of that. These locations have minimal things to do, unless you class changing the music on the jukebox as critical thinking. The only thing in the game that comes remotely close to being a puzzle is when you find a missing parcel for the post office and it's right outside so you can't miss it. However, the stupidest location is the toy shop, which for whatever reason sells accessories for soapbox racers, accessories like bumpers, horns, new paint, and car alarms.
Car alarm.
Why would you need a car alarm on a soapbox racer? How would that help win the race? And this means Elwood City is so riddled with crime that the local criminals are actually tempted to steal a car without an engine from an 8-year-old child. And it brings me to a big issue, because you spend the whole game collecting Arthur coin. Yes, Arthur coin. It sounds like a cryptocurrency, but it's apparently what Elwood City uses. And you use the Arthur coin to buy accessories from the toy shop, and that's their only use. To buy completely useless cosmetic items.
Yep, Panda,
and
compared to then, how about now?
Make it so you
do
can
you
buy
think
the
you would
actual
actually
car parts you need from
have
the
fun
toy
in this
shop
game now?
instead of useless cosmetic garbage? Because
Compared
getting
to
stuff
when you
from
were
Binky,
itty
who
bitty
conveniently
whittle?
came across 2 high-end car bodies in 2 days, makes no fucking sense. Why not save up with minigames, then buy them from the shop? And the consequences of not doing this means 1, the toy shop is essentially useless, and 2, you could go through the game without collecting a single coin, meaning they're totally meaningless and they don't need to be there. Oh, and finally, on the topic of collectibles, I should also add, the cover says collect Bionic Bunny trading cards so you can trade them for new accessories. You can collect Bionic Bunny cards, but they have literally no purpose at all. This game is just a disgusting, broken mess. Okay, so I imagine you didn't even think this section would be here, but it is. Firstly, this game is disgustingly short, meaning I had to do several painful playthroughs to get the game footage. So to make it more interesting, I decided to see how fast I could complete the game. And as it turns out, the game is pretty fun to speedrun. Probably because it's so short. And because of this, I became determined to be top 3 on speedrun.com, and now I am. Well, potentially. I actually have the second fastest time for completing this load of shit. It's just yet to be confirmed.
I've actually thought about speedrunning before, because it does look fun. It does look like crazy and stressful, but it also does look fun. But my problem is I don't want to do glitch runs. Like, I don't want to break the fucking game. I don't want to, like, do all this weird shenanigan shit. I just want to do, like, just play the game. Like, a glitchless run. And it's hard to find a game I could actually do that on where I wouldn't get tired of it right away. That's my only problem with starting, like, any type of speedrun. Which sucks, because I do want to try to at least speedrun one game, you know?
So yeah, I enjoyed finishing this game as quickly as possible.
And not a baby game.
Again,
not a game like
nothing
this.
to do
I
with
can't.
The actual
No,
game,
this is
so
driving me
it's a bit
nuts.
of a backhanded compliment. Okay, so this game is horrendous, like truly horrendous. However, I think there's an obvious reason, because this game was made by Runecraft Limited but published by Mattel. And I got the constant feeling while playing this that Mattel gave Runecraft a tiny amount of time to make it, said here's the deadline, and whatever you have will be released regardless of what state it's in. It's the only logical explanation as to why it turned out like this, because I refuse to believe someone played it and said, you know what? I think that's ready to go. That would explain why almost nothing on the cover is actually in the game, but then again, that's just my theory and it could be completely different. Also, this game is rated as an edutainment game, but where the education is, I don't have a fucking clue. That's the puzzle. The puzzle is finding the educational part of this game, because God knows what any child was supposed to learn from it. The only thing I can think of is don't talk to creepy old men who threaten to kiss you. Overall ranking this, I'm putting it below Pimp My Ride, but above all the others, because while it is absolutely awful, I did have quite a lot of fun trying to speedrun this game, so I got some enjoyment, unlike Pimp My Ride, where I got none. Anyway, if you enjoyed the video, feel free to leave a like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you on the next one.
I'm still not over the fact Pimp My Ride has a fucking game. Like, I do not remember that. I remember the show. I didn't know they had a fucking game. I should have expected that, though. Like, if there's a popular enough show or movie, back then, 9 times out of 10, there's going to be a game about it, whether it's like decent, good, or well, basically a game at all. It's